The Jeep Wrangler 4xe is one of the most misunderstood off-road vehicles on the market. It tends to spark strong opinions. Consumers either swear by it or criticize it heavily. Common concerns include recalls, fire risks, unexpected engine shutdowns, and issues like form, fuel oil refresh mode. Yet, despite these challenges, the Wrangler 4xe plug-in hybrid remains one of the top-selling vehicles in its class, being named America's best-selling plug-in hybrid in 2022, 23, and 2024. Today, I'll be giving a 30,000-mile review on my 2024 Jeep Wrangler Willys 4xe, some of the changes made, and future plans. So let's get into it. What I love about my Wrangler 4xe, well, first off, the 375 horsepower and 470 foot-pounds of torque. With the extra power of the hybrid system, this Jeep gets up to highway speed with ease, even when the battery is depleted. The extra power is not only great on-the-road, but helps off-road, especially in the mud. One thing I've noticed, while climbing rocks, I find it easier to control the Jeep using e-save mode, meaning I'm only using the gas engine. When in electric mode, the torque and power is instant and pushes the Jeep, making it harder to control, in my opinion. As much as I love the sound of a V8, the quiet off-road experience is one of a kind. I love listening to the tires paving its way through the mud, the rocks scraping the undercarriage. Okay, well, not that one, but listening to the rivers flowing, the wind blowing the trees, birds chirping as you crawl through the woods. It makes for a relaxing, stress-relieving experience that you just have to try for yourself. Okay, so now we're inside my 2024 Jeep Wrangler Willys 4xe. Give you a little point of view driving aspect here. Real quick overview. As you can see in this, you have dual climate control, heated steering wheel, heated front passenger and driver seats. You got in the 24 Willys from here on up, you got a rear locker, off-road plus. I did add some, which you'll see later on in a video, aux switches through last fit. Great product so far, no complaints. All right, so let's buckle up and go for a drive. Push to start, vehicle starts up. Cool graphics in the background there. As you can see right now, I have 4 miles left of electric range, not a lot of gas over there. I have 30,642 miles on this vehicle. Over here on the display, excuse me, I'm a little sick right now. We have Apple CarPlay, which is what I use. You have some vehicle information. You got the hybrid mode information, dashboard. You got off-road plus pages, different kind of settings and controls. You just got your rear view camera, which, by the way, great looking camera, great quality, no complaints. Everything seems to be pretty fast when you click it. So if you don't feel like using your controls here for your climate control, of course you got your screen. You can always use the ones on your screen too. I personally love buttons, so I like to use the buttons. All right, so let's go for a drive. And I'll give you guys a little taste of what it's like to drive a 4xe. I don't know if you can see this in front of me, but there's a level 2 charger in front of me. This one you got to pay money for. There are free ones. You just got to find them. Charge Point usually has the free chargers. Oh, look at that, drop down. Now I have 3 miles left of electric range. And as you can see on my screen here, it's showing an average of 21.7 miles per gallon. That average, it's usually what I usually get. I usually average between 22 to 24 during the summer months. Fall usually drops down from 19 to about 22. Winter usually sitting around 16 to 19, depending on the weather at that time. And in the winter months too, the battery doesn't like to work as much. I've noticed that if it's above usually 26 degrees, I usually get some battery life. Anything below, the battery works when it wants to. and usually most of the time I'm in hybrid mode or just gas. So let's go for a little drive. You know, this is not like driving a standard Honda Accord. Steering tends to wobble a little bit back and forth, but I mean, it is a 4x4 vehicle with solid front and rear axles. Overall though, like the driving experience of this, you know, phenomenal in my opinion. I'm coming from a Grand Cherokee Trailhawk. Loved that vehicle, absolutely loved it, but I always wanted to get into some more technical off-road stuff, so upgraded to the Wrangler. As I have to say, the seats I miss in my Grand Cherokee. These are cloth, a little firm, not the most comfortable, but the seating position for me, I am 5'9", is absolutely perfect. I feel like my back doesn't stress out, especially on short drives. My feet feel very comfortable on this, and it's a good driving experience for me. Nice little views here. Alright. So also with 30,000 miles on this, just so you're aware, brand new KO2 tires put on 600 miles ago. I was off in Pennsylvania at AOAA on an off-roading trip, and I punctured one of my tires, so I ended up just replacing them all. I probably could have got another 15,000 miles out of the OEM stock tires, so I just ended up putting the same tires right back on, same brand I should say. So as far as ride comfort, the previous KO2s with 29,000 miles on them definitely started to make more of a noise. They were holding up very well though, very well. Never had much of an issue, just a little bit off-roading with some slipping on especially wet rocks, but otherwise I'm a firm believer now in the KO2s. Coming from a Mickey Thompson Baja Boss, phenomenal tire, loved that on the Grand Cherokee, which most likely I will be going to that tire again. But the KO2s, they've been a great tire. Really don't have much complaints. So, give you guys an idea of what it's like to drive this. See what it's like. Alright guys, as you can see now, I have 0 miles left of electric range, but that doesn't mean that the battery is completely depleted. As you can see, I'm actually in electric mode now, and now the engine flips over. Under the hood, it is a 4-cylinder turbo. People do complain that it is a little bit too loud. I personally don't mind it. I don't think it's too loud in general. I do like hearing the sound of an engine, especially the turbo. When you get that little turbo noise, it sounds just right. I don't mind it at all. Right now I am in 4 Auto. In upstate New York, I like to keep my 4xe in 4 Auto, mainly because of the rain, the sleet, the snow, whatever weather conditions. No, I just like to leave it in it. Do I need to? No. I can always switch to, as you can see, 2 high at any time, and then back to 4 Auto at any time. You want to be careful about switching into 4 high part-time, and of course you also have the 4 low. Engine just shut off, back to electric. Usually when you approach traffic lights, the engine shuts off and it switches back to electric. As you can see in the screen here, it tells you that the vehicle is ready. Sometimes when you're coasting, even though you have zero battery, it just coasts in electric. Alright guys, give you a little idea here in a second of what it's like to jump onto either a highway, throughway. So even with zero battery, according to this, mileage-wise, you'll see the power fluctuate over here on the screen. And I'll show you just how easy this thing gets up to speed. Just like that, I'm already at the highway speed. Visibility is phenomenal in the Wrangler. Kind of like the box design on it, windows all over. No issue seeing out of any window. There's a little turbo noise. I gotta say, the power of the 4xe, love it. Absolutely love it. Gets up to speed, no issues whatsoever. Just give it a little bit of a kick up there. Gotta be careful. But when you press down that gas pedal, it wants to go. That 470 foot-pounds of torque can get you in trouble. Let's get over here. Get it off. Oh, nice sprinkler there, huh? Alright. There you have it, folks. Any questions about daily driving? Shoot me a comment. If you want to see more, let me know. Looking at some of the changes made, as you can see up front, I have a Rugged Ridge Venator front bumper paired with a Badland Apex 12,000 pound synthetic rope winch. And as you can see in the front, added a Fox stabilizer bar. Definitely felt the front end tighten up over Mopars. Feel less potholes on the road. Added a couple spotlights from Tractor Supply, cheap light, but they get the job done. Paired with Quadratex light brackets. You can get them from Amazon for around $50. Over the past 2 years, they started to rust, but that's an easy enough fix. Very easy to install as well. Taillights are from Form Lighting, smoked color. I received a lot of compliments on these, and I love the look with the anvil color. It's a plug-and-play install. They feature a unique startup sequence, and they cost about $300 for the pair. Here I have the XG Cargo Gamma Adventure roll bar bags. First thing I noticed was the solid design. The fabric and zippers are high quality. These bags utilize unused space in the cargo area, helps keep all my off-road recovery gear organized. They cost about $200. Here I have the Quadratec driver's side dead pedal. Perfect spot to rest your foot on daily commutes, but also very useful off-road, especially when descending down steep hills. Run about $100 on their website, but you can get them for sale for usually around $70. I installed the Last Fit auxiliary switch panel. Gives a clean factory-like finish without paying the OEM price. Due to the different design on the 2024 models, this took me a little bit of time to install. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll be happy to get back to you. Here you have the metal bracket that holds the fuse box. You get 4 30 amp switches, 4 wires under the engine bay, and then 4 inside the cabin. Here on top of the Jeep I have the DZ roof rack. Surprisingly, not a lot of wind noise inside the cabin. DZ states that it can hold a rooftop tent. One day I'll try it out and I'll get back to you on that. You can find them for sale around $500. Here's a quick review on some of the upgrades I have done to my Jeep Wrangler. If you have any questions on any of the products, please leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. I'll also leave the links to all these products in the description. I started the video by saying that the Jeep Wrangler 4xe is one of the most misunderstood vehicles on the market. I think a big reason for that comes down to the federal and state regulations placed on automakers, which have, indirectly, led to some of the recalls we are seeing today. That said, my Wrangler 4xe has actually been very reliable. I know experiences vary, so I'd like to hear from you. Has your Wrangler 4xe been dependable, or would you consider buying one? With the Jeep Gladiator 4xe now being canceled and no new updates from Jeep about the Wrangler 4xe, I'm honestly torn about what to do next. Is Jeep moving away from the 4xe system altogether? Hopefully, we'll have some answers soon. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I actually quite impressed with this fucking thing, actually.
Yeah.